kick off my channel, I decided to restart Fallout 4 from the very beginning. I thought it would be a great way to get into that feel of getting a fresh start for Fallout 76. Upon exiting the vault for the first time, I thought to myself, what do you do when you first start the game? Do you immediately start exploring the world to see what this new wasteland has to offer? Or do you just start shooting up bands of raiders? Don't forget waiting for the game to load, playing around with the loading screen. We all know what that's like. Or do you just start doing the quest? I mean, that is a pretty big part of the game, isn't it?
Get the suit.
Stupid grease jockey.
Me, personally, I went straight to settlement building. Settlement mode has always been one of my favorite parts of the game, and it still is, in fact. I've always been a fan of tycoon building type games such like The Sims, as well as RPG games like Skyrim. And that's how Fallout 4 became one of my favorite games. You could easily go from fighting creatures in the wasteland to building your own player home. And there was so much different customization options and things you could do. It was awesome. That's why settlement building mode is something I'm really looking forward to in Fallout 76. But at the same time, I'm also very worried about it. What were some of the best things about settlement building mode? For me, part of the excitement was settlements having different things you need to do to unlock them. For example, to unlock a settlement, you may have to go kill a band of raiders or fight off a horde of ghouls. And then after that task was complete, you'd gain access to building in those areas. I really enjoyed this aspect of the game because it made each settlement unique in its own little way for how you can unlock it. In Fallout 76, you'll be able to use the camp ability to theoretically build anywhere you have access to. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Part of me really likes it. Part of me at the same time does not like it. I think I'd prefer something along the lines of doing a quest to unlock a certain area, but there's not going to be any NPCs. There's no settlers that we can go save. So I'm not sure how that would quite work out. Maybe you could get sent on a quest by the overseer to a forest to set up an outpost. And suddenly you're attacked by a horde of mole rats. And you need to go on a side quest to the mole rat den to kill the mole rat queen in order to build in that area. That's just about the best example I can think of. It's a good thing Bethesda's more creative than I am. Either way, I really do hope there is some remnant of questing in order to use settlement building mode in certain areas. I do think this brings the game alive and adds a little bit more of a challenge to it at the same time. Moving on. Something about Fallout 4 that I didn't really like was that I felt settlement building mode wasn't as immersive as it could be. For example, I could put one wall up and then I could put 25 different roofs on top of it and put my entire settlement in the air and then just simply delete that wall. And then I have a floating settlement, and it's not very immersive. How immersive a game is matters, more to some people, less to others. I personally enjoy a more immersive play through the game. It makes me feel like I'm there fighting off the creatures in the wasteland. I am pretty excited to see what Bethesda will do to make settlement building mode more immersive. I think at the very least I would like to see something along the lines of Fortnite's building system where if you destroy the bottom layer of something, everything comes tumbling down. That way you can't have floating cities or settlements. Disclaimer, I've only ever played one match in Fortnite, so please feel free to correct me if I'm saying something wrong. Another small complaint I have about Fallout 4 is that settlement mode didn't allow your settlement to be destroyed. No one really wants their settlement to be destroyed, but at the same time, it's very immersive that a band of raiders could come in and totally wipe out your settlement, leaving it in rubble, killing everyone. I would really like to see something like this in Fallout 4. Even if it was just something as little as having to go around and repair certain things that were damaged. In survival mode at the very least. I am very excited to see how Fallout 76 will allow you to damage or even destroy another player's settlement. Whether that be through a nuclear attack, a fat man or grenade, or maybe just going up with a crowbar and hitting it. Again, that is something I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how the game plays out. The final thing I would like to talk about today is building materials. I think Fallout 4 did an excellent job of having a variety of different building materials. Some of those were a lot easier to acquire, like wood or metal, whereas some of them were a lot harder to acquire, like gold or copper. We've been told that in Fallout 76, you'll be able to get a lot more valuable materials from more dangerous areas, like where XX69 Yo Mama Slayer XX69 just shot a nuke. I'm really excited about this. I really think it'll add a lot more immersion to material collecting, even more than Fallout 4 did. Now, I think if settlement building mode is going to be a pretty big part of the game, I would really like to see common building materials be a lot harder to acquire, or maybe need a lot more building materials to build something. In Fallout 4, you could cut enough trees down in about a minute and a half to build an entire house. How immersive is that? I think that if you need a lot more of a particular building material to make something, it's going to make the game a lot more challenging and realistic. So, in other words, more immersive. If you'll take a look at the Fallout 76 camp trailer, you'll notice that a lot of the required building materials for certain items are pretty similar to that of Fallout 4. That kind of blows the whole need more of a certain item thing out of the water, huh? I guess that just leaves making everything a lot harder to come by. Either way, I'm still going to play the game. Still looking forward to it. I think that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Stay sexy, stay rad. See you later.